All right, hello. My name is Douglas DeBecker. This is Institutes, and we are interviewing Dr. Prem Nath. He's the head of Devavidya Siddha Center in South India in Kerala, and he'll be speaking on Siddha medicine today and helping to educate us. Hello. Hi, how
Hello.
are you?
Hi, good. How about you? How is
I'm
USA?
okay.
Very good.
US, it's okay. It's kind of lockdown right now with the coronavirus, so
Yes,
it's.
the world is going to become a new world, right? After
Mm-hmm.
these episodes, the new world will be come out.
Yeah.
A lot of troubles and strategies.
Mm. So yeah, so I prepared some questions.
Okay.
The first is how is Siddha medicine pertinent to today's world?
Yes, you mean how the Siddha medicine come to this world, right? Yeah.
No. I mean, how is Siddha medicine appropriate for this day and age, for now, for this time? How is it
Yes.
pertinent?
Yes. Because yes, right question.
Because it's
Because
an
we
ancient. Yeah.
Yes. I know. Because we are living in 2020, and we know the reality is that this science was invented millions of years back, not even millions, very far back then, and now we it reached on this time. There is a major question to the whole world is that this is an old art. How this old art is compatible to this world? That is a natural question. We can't challenge the question, but we can challenge this question by the realistic approach to the system. Because the world only will change, and I am sure in 200 years or 300 years after also the science is compatible, because this is a natural science, and the science is not only connected to the herbs or minerals or metals, but all the universe. See, the human body consists by created by Panchabhutas. We know. Even Tibetan medicine and many medical system, the five element principles we are using in many different mode and different ways. That means it is the natural medicine. So we are living the earth in the nature. How long the nature is existing with the Panchabhuta, up to those time this science will exist with no damage, no change, because it is not an artificial science. It is a natural science. And the logic, theory, and strategy, everything based on five elements. Even sun and moon, everything a part of the human body. For example, in the medical 96 Tattva, Siddha Vaidya Sadhaka named a book explaining the sun is located in your heart and moon is located in your brain. So many principles like that way. So it is connecting with the nature, that is with the macrocosm, to how the what is the relation to the microcosm, that is your body. And here, when we are interpreting the science, along with that, how do we connect with the nature through the food? That is, food is medicine, medicine is a special food, like that manner. We are using a lot of herbs, minerals, metals, and pressures. Pressure point science is like a physics, and metals and minerals is a part of chemistry. So it is the physics and chemistry of the nature. How long the nature is exists, this science will exist, and it is compatible for all the time. Only few changes.
So what about the criticism of like, oh, now we have toxins that weren't here before. We have new pesticides and new poisons that are in the environment. How does Siddha medicine deal with this?
Yes, that is also a crisis we are facing, because Siddha medicine, we discussed in previous talks, it is an herbal, it is a metal and minerals like a poisons, very simple, like a copper sulfate, silver nitrate, like many minerals we are using along with herbs. Here we are facing two risk strategy. One is that herbs are not natural. Herbs are natural, but a lot of pesticides, preservatives, many chemicals we are using. So the naturally pure herbs is not available. For example, even a lot of herbs, when arriving with a lot of external chemicals to protect it against the insects, like pesticides we are using. So we need to wash with turmeric and tamarind mixed water to dip in the herbs to purify it, because a lot of sprays using to protect against to a lot of small insect and bacteria. So we need to clean by natural cleaners like turmeric, tamarind, like things. If we mix with water, dip it, we can purify. The
What?
other problem, minerals and metals. Douglas, metals are poisons. A lot of minerals, poisons, minerals we are using. How we using? Purify these things using an enemy element and give life to its friend element. That later we are using this metal, Shatru Mitra. So, see, the same time, for example, the copper sulfate is very good for cancer like disorders. When we are purifying with citrics, some juices, some herbs, like sweating procedure. So after that we are using the purified format of copper. The same time, a lot of pesticides and preservatives, they are using copper, non-purified copper as a preservatives. That is, human being are consuming as through the food with a lot of quantity of this non-purified chemical. Such human being, when they are using purified medicine, purified metal, then convert to the medicine status, whether it work. These are the main challenges. But in Siddha medicine, we have a lot of natural purification procedures to the body. So through these purification procedures, we can make detox body. That is, we can do a detoxification. After that, when we are giving the medicines, it will work. So
That was going to be my question, like environmental toxicity in someone's body causing like allergies or different kinds of diseases. Siddha medicine has clear ways of detoxifying with herbs and therapies, the
yes,
metal poisoning and the pesticides and all the stuff that they're getting in the food, even. Yeah.
yes, because the base of Siddha medicine is that food is medicine. Medicine is the special food. From that strategy, now we are facing the poisonous food and energyless food. No energy in the food, artificial food, artificial flavor, artificial taste creating elements, lot of masalas. It's not safe. So when a man sits in front of a healer, we need to look him with a toxic bag. His body carrying a lot of toxicity, but fortunately, it will take a little more time, but detoxification is not a Herculean task. Proper mode of detoxification by natural way. See, if you change, you can avoid a lot of chemicals. If you change, if you are alert, for example, when a herbs is available from the market, lot of chemicals. I am giving a tips to you. Uh, for example, half kg vegetable, 1 teaspoon, that is 2 to 3 gram of turmeric powder with 3 gram of tamarind. If you mix in water, then if you dip this vegetable to this water with 20 minutes, then you wash it, the external chemical will go. Like many solutions.
So
If you are
regard
ready to change, there is a lot of solution.
So regardless whether it's a man-made chemical or a natural found toxin inside a substance, Siddha medicine is completely effective to remove this from the body and to.
Yes, yes. We are
Okay.
facing two crises: natural chemicals, human created poisons, and naturally creating things. For example, human created like pesticides and chemicals. Natural crisis. Now we are facing the biggest natural crisis, corona, COVID-19. From the animal, see, we are blaming the virus. Did we have any privilege? No. If we believe it's from the Wuhan in the China, Wuhan region, the scientists informed that a lot of studies proving that the people in that area, they eat a lot of bad like animals, birds, like many things. And you know, intestine of an animal is a bag of lot of dangerous virus and bacteria.
Mm.
Many diseases is transformed or just attacked from animal's body to human body, not by bite of an animal, you know, eating the animal meat.
Mm.
Lot of meat we are, you know, here in the human being they are using, right?
Mm.
Even lamb meat or chicken, it may be explaining in many books of Siddha medicine also. For example, Douglas, you know, Ajamamsa Rasayana,
Mm.
Amrita Prasha, like medicines using lamb meat soup to prepare this medicine.
Mm.
But now in the human being, China like countries, if you search the availability of the meat, different type of meats in that market, be shocked, right?
Mm.
What type of things? How can human being can eat these things? You know.
Mhm.
So from these, we create the trouble through natural way. We can't. We need to call it also natural because
Mhm.
it's not an injected or no human created. Human create the accessibility. You know, we create the access through the food habit, right?
Mm.
Through
Mm.
these two or three different mode, human beings facing a lot of trouble. It is continuing. So we need to revise. We need to think the reality.
So
Now,
I'll try to control myself to get too far off the subject, but I just have to ask one more question. What
please.
about man-made viruses? Man-made, genetically modified organisms that are dangerous. Because I'm assuming that because they're made of the five elements, as well,
Yes.
Siddha medicine would have a solution. Because everything, regardless of whether the man makes it or nature makes it, it's only going to be using the same substance. Is that correct?
Yes. Correct. You
Okay.
know the ancient biggest philosophical quote, the biggest quote, very shortest sentence. Prevention is better than cure.
Mhm. Mhm.
Prevention is better than cure. Evergreen philosophy, right? It's
Mhm.
not my word. It not this word is not founded by myself, not my grandpa. No, and there is no ancestors of my family.
Mhm.
This oldest philosophy.
Mhm.
No other word. The, your immunity is strong, you will survive.
Mhm.
Your consciousness is strong, the consciousness will create the immunity also.
Mhm.
Nobody will come in the world as Hercules.
Mhm.
Everybody may not have a strong immunity. Through your father, mother, pregnancy of your mother, and after that birth, your lifestyle, your whatever the game you done in the up to you, this age, these four things leads to your health and immunity. First
Mhm.
three things you have no answer, you have no solution because it's done by before your birth, on or before your birth. Three things, only your lifestyle. And the past is the other philosophy. In Siddha system, we are not blaming anybody. What happened up to yesterday?
Mhm.
Today is your time. You can think, you can change.
Mhm.
Anyway, the world, the modern medicine trying to contribute their skill to stop the procedure of corona. What
Mhm.
happening? They actually finally we found a solution like a shutdown.
Mhm.
Shut down the doors of the home. Isolation. This is not a medical science, Douglas. It's a social science. So, human being try to survive by the social science, not by the medical science.
Mhm.
But we
Mhm.
can't think like that way. Social science will control, can't success. If you need to success, like and years later, many viruses become a common viral flu, viral fevers, simple viral fevers with simple medicines or simple bed rest. We are surviving with many viral diseases, dengue fever, H1N1, many things, malaria like things will not create a lot of casualty, but in the past days, it created. The same way, this COVID-19 like viruses also maybe weaker than human immunity, but we have no time to waste like that way. And this is a virus name. Tomorrow a new one will be again appear in the world. We must have a strong solution.
Mm.
The immunity is the only one solution. Cure we can't predict. Prevention we can expect.
Mm.
Expectation only towards the prevention. So
Mhm.
here I'm saluting the modern medicine because they are doing a lot of good games. We can't challenge anything, but we can't do anything like similar like modern medicine because they have a lot of physics and chemistry support like ventilator, like many equipments. That's their own scale. But we have a privilege. Prevention. We have a strong, beautiful prevent and energy maintenance, like good immunity creation solutions.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we can put the knowledge.
One of the things I noticed in visiting very kind of more remote areas in the world, more indigenous people, is they didn't have medicines and supplements. They had very simple diets, and they had incredibly superior strength and immunity. They
Yes.
were incredibly strong, incredibly healthy. Yeah, and yeah, it was very. They really shed some light to some of the misunderstandings in the West about what we need to be healthy. That I tell you, it was incredible. I kind of like did some calculations in my head, and it seemed impossible for them to be alive, eating what they were eating. They were hardly eating, but they were so healthy, so strong, so vital up in the mountains. This is in Asia and South America. Yeah, just incredibly, yeah, really amazing testimony to if you eat correctly with nature, use the herbs at the right times, and supplement with the things that they did. All the habits and customs of health. That the indigenous people have. Yeah. So that brings us to the next question I have, which is how does Siddha medicine work?
மருந்தும் விருந்தும் மூன்று நாள். In a books is explained மருந்தும் விருந்தும். Virindum means that if you go to other your friends or relatives home as a guest, the 3 days, in the fourth day you become a burden for that family. The same way, marindha, medicine. Within 3 days, the medicine will talk to the body and it will start to act in the right manner. Within 3 days, I did not mean exaggerately like within 3 days your disease will be cured, but you will get a proper guideline. The medicine start to work in the right manner within 3 days. That means 3 or 6 dosage of medicine. Those much stronger here. And second, first upon as per our talk, we natural cure and natural way. But in Siddha medicine, some emergency cure also, like Varmakalai, pressure point sciences, and alchemy, like modern medical antibiotic, more stronger than antibiotic. Alchemy we are using for immediate action. So alchemy is very powerful in Siddha system of medicine. Like this knowledge is very useful. It's very powerful.
Mm-hmm. So could you be more detailed a little bit about how it
Sure,
works?
sure.
Thank you.
Sure. For example, see, seven dhadus. In body have the seven dhadus.